Okay, welcome everyone. We'll just give it a minute for everyone to make their way into the webinar, and then we'll begin. Okay, it looks like most everyone is in. So why don't we get started? So good evening. Thank you for joining our Female Athletes webinar this evening as part of our virtual Open Home Week. I am Michelle Blandino. I'm the Director of Admissions here at Immaculata. Just a second, I will be introducing Mr. Tom Gambino, our Athletic Director. But first, just a few things. About the format for this evening. What we're going to do is you'll see in the panel here, we have all of our coaches from our female sports and representatives from their teams. So each one of them are going to take a few minutes to introduce themselves to you, tell you a little bit about the sports that they coach. And the students will be here to tell you a little bit about themselves and their experiences as well. Once we get through that, we will take any questions you have. So please feel free to use the Q&A feature of this webinar to leave your questions, and you can do that anytime during the webinar. You don't have to wait until the end, but we'll answer all the questions at the end. Okay, so before we get started, I'd like to begin as we do everything in Immaculata, and that's with a prayer. So in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. O God, the Eternal One, through your hospitable love, you are always open to us. You are open to our hopes, concerns, questions, struggles, needs, and our prayers. You are the one who faithfully opens the way. You opened the way in the wilderness for your wandering children when there seemed to be no way. Open our hands that we may receive and give generously. Open our imaginations that we may grasp your vision for creation. Open our mouths that we may speak truth and promise. Open us to hope, peace, and eternal joy. Open us, O God, and make us new. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. And so now I'd like to introduce Mr. Tom Gambino, our Director of Athletics.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for dropping in on our Open Home Athletic Roundtable today. We have a nice setup of our coaches here today and some of our what I call rock star athletes. These are some outstanding young men and women today. I guess we're all ladies in this event because we're starting out with our girls athletics. If you have any questions today, at the end, we're going to have a question and answer. My administrative assistant and basically runs the athletic office, Peg Napolitano, will be answering we'll be going through the questions while we're going. Feel free to, anything that pops up, just put the question right in right now. Anything that comes up, if you want an email of a coach, or you have a question about a sport or cheerleading or anything else we have, just put it in the question and answer, and we'll get an answer to you at the end of the roundtable. So everybody gets a chance to speak, and we'll allow for some time for some questions and answers. Okay, we're going to jump right in now. We're going to lead it off with our girls basketball and girls tennis coach. Okay, he's also the head of security. He's basically one of my right-hand men as well and does a lot for me. Head coach, Jim Domino. Jim.
Thank you, Mr. Gambino. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on Open Home. I'm going to start with our girls tennis team this year. This is my first year coaching girls tennis. It's been a lot of fun. The turnout has been really, really great. We have 15 girls currently on the roster right now, ranging from freshmen through seniors. We do only have 2 seniors on the team this year, so we are a very young team. And it's also, we have some freshmen who are really just taking up the game of tennis. So that's good to see. So what we try to do with that is, it's a great opportunity to come out and practice every day while the season has started and prior to summer workouts and stuff like that, and get a feel for playing the game of tennis, learn the game of tennis, and hopefully build up to a point where actually participate in a match. We do play in the Skylands Conference. It's very competitive. We're off to a good start this year. We've been very competitive in our matches this year. And the hope would be that with some more girls coming in next year, some of you 7th or 8th graders who come next year, the year after, we can expand and grow our team where we can have both a JV and a varsity team, thereby opening up the competition to a much larger group of young ladies playing the game of tennis. We do play all our home matches at Green Knoll Tennis in Bridgewater. We, again, play in the Skylands Conference. We play teams like Bound Brook, Warren Hills, North Plainfield, Bernards, Phillipsburg. So we do get to travel to different areas, and we get to play. And it's a lot of fun. The girls are great. There's great team unity, team camaraderie. Our juniors and seniors really take the freshmen and sophomores under their wings. So if you are interested in playing tennis or you enjoy playing tennis, that might be something you want to consider. It is a fall sport. It is our season right now. And, feel free to contact the athletic office with information, and we can get back to you with any additional information that you may request. So right now I'm going to turn it over to one of our, we only have 2 seniors, so I'm going to turn it over to our senior captain, Alexa Zale. Alexa has played first doubles for the first 3 years of school year. She's now playing singles for us this year. So Alexa, please. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lexi Zale. I love playing tennis. I started playing tennis was my sophomore year, and it's really it taught me to be more independent, really, because when you're playing doubles, you really have to focus that you're not messing up, for both of your team members. And it's just a really fun sport. It's a good way to get out of the house during the fall. I really enjoy all the girls that I play with. We don't have there's no drama. Everyone really enjoys each other, and we're such a unique group because I just really enjoy playing it, and I love it. And I think that I never played tennis in my life before I started sophomore year, and now I'm pretty good at it, and it's just something that I really enjoy, and I really look forward to the season. So yeah. Sorry if that was really short.
Thank you, Lexa. Okay, I'm going to continue now with our basketball program, girls basketball. I've coached the girls basketball team. This will be coming up on my 4th year. I've been coaching basketball at various levels for over 25 years, whether it be middle school, high school, high level, AAU. I've been a college coach for 6 years. So I bring a lot of experience to the table in regards to that. My daughter is a 1999 graduate of Immaculata High School. She played her 4 years on the girls basketball team. And now her son, my grandson, is in his junior year, and he's also playing basketball for the boys team. So I have a long history with Immaculata basketball as well. One thing I like to say about our program is we're moving in the right direction with our girls basketball program. And there's 2 things that really, I think, bear that out. Right now, we're looking at up to 50 girls who have expressed an interest in trying out for our basketball teams this year. And we play on 3 levels at Immaculata. We play freshman, JV, and varsity levels. So there are 3 teams that are available to the young ladies who are considering playing basketball. We don't just keep freshmen on freshman teams. If you have the talent and talent level, your opportunity to play up is there. Okay, we've had some of our girls have been starting on varsity since they were freshmen. So we keep a very open mind when it comes to that. The other thing that shows that our program is moving in a good direction is the amount of girls who are playing basketball outside the actual season, whether it be in an AAU program or in some other way, shape, or form. So in that respect, our program is growing the way we want. Again, we play also basketball, as in most sports. We play in the Skylands Conference, and I will put the Skylands Conference girls basketball up against any conference in the state of New Jersey for the amount of talent that is there. Multiple teams ranked in the top 20 every year. So we play a very, very, very competitive schedule. And our motto is we respect all and we fear none. So we go out and we're going to show up every day, and we're going to play the game as hard as we can. Again, a winter sport on a normal year, and this not being a normal year, we start practices or tryouts in late November around Thanksgiving, and the season will normally run through early March for the varsity program, including the county tournaments and state tournaments. This year, obviously, is going to be a little different, a little shorter season, but again, in a normal season, we'll play upwards of 27, 28 games. We try to fill our schedule with as many games as we're allowed by the NJSIAA. We also do summer workouts when the time is allowed. We do strength and conditioning in the off seasons. So we really are moving our girls basketball program in a direction that we enjoy doing. Obviously, as coaches, we enjoy it. So right now, I'm going to turn it over to one of our senior captains, Colleen McGuire, is going to talk a little bit about her experiences in basketball and also some of the other things that she is involved with here at Immaculata High School. Colleen?
Hi, everyone. I'm Colleen McGuire. I've been playing basketball since I was a freshman at Immaculata. So I've been a part of the program all 4 years. And honestly, I could only positive things about it. I love it so much. It's a very good program. We're very all hardworking. We're always determined. We're always looking for our next goal. And we're never good where we're at. We're always trying to get better. And it's a very good program because there's like a lot of different levels, like Mr. Domino was saying. So you always like find your level, and then you go push to get better. And I love it so much. And there's a lot of off-season working you could do to get better. So it's never stop. You never stop from where you are. You always try to keep getting better. And we have a lot of coaches, which is really good because then we can hear all different perspectives, and they help us all in every aspect to get better on and off the court. And it's just so nice. And the girls, we have such a good bond together, and it's really nice, and I love it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Colleen. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Gambino now. Thank you again. If you have any questions for either one of these two sports, pop them in the Q&A and we'll answer them toward the end of this Zoom meeting. Thank you.
Okay, next up is our girls soccer coach, Jeremy Beersley. Jeremy?
Thank you, Mr. Gambino. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming on tonight and giving us the opportunity to talk about our programs and our school. My name is Jeremy Beersley, and this is my 3rd year coaching at Immaculata. Previously, I came from Montgomery High School, where I spent 16 years coaching the girls varsity program there. We experienced as a program 2 Group 4 state championships, 5 Somerset County championships, 7 Skyland Conference championships. It was a program that produced several All-Americans. And I took some time away from high school soccer and focused on club soccer, and then had the opportunity to come over to Immaculata and begin to build a program. And we are very, very pleased with what the last 3 years have become. We started 3 years ago with barely putting together enough numbers for a varsity team. And we have basically tripled in 3 years in terms of our numbers, and now offering a JV program, which we hope to be a full schedule next year. We're very, very young. We only have 3 seniors in the program. We have a very large freshman class, and really proud of the kind of kids that are in our program. So one of the things that we talk about all the time in our program is constantly getting better every single day. And so we have a balance of good, hardworking mentality, but we also have a blast. And it's very, very important that those two things come together, that we love to work hard, but we love to laugh and we love to smile, and we love the people around us. So in our program, we're very, very pleased with our success. We've had 2 years where we had 2 13-win seasons. We competed for a conference championship in both those years. Previously, we went 18 years, and I believe there was 1 winning season. So because of the quality of the kids that are in this program, they have dedicated themselves to changing what we're doing in girls soccer, and we believe that's going to continue. We have a phrase that we live by called all heart, something I started many years ago at Montgomery and have brought to my club teams and to my high school. And it's a way of life, a way of going about your business. The girls just took it on and embody everything that's important about all heart mentality. I'm very much involved with the club scene. I'm a coach at the PDA, which is one of the most prestigious club programs in the country. And so I've been out and about in the club scene talking about the great things that are going on in Immaculata, and so proud of the kids that are coming into our program. It is a balance of kids that come in with very good club experience, but it's also kids that come in who play soccer, maybe not as intensely as the club player. And one of the things we're proud of is, we develop our players during the 3 months you're in the fall. So those players that come in and maybe don't play club or play multiple sports, they get better in our program during the months of the fall. So it's not a place just for girls who have a ton of experience. We welcome anybody who loves the game. One of the things I love too is that our players play so many different sports. So Colleen, who just spoke so eloquently, is also one of my captains in the girls soccer program. So the idea that our girls have the opportunity to play multiple sports is an incredible attraction to our school, and something that I place great value to. And so to end, with girls soccer, it's important that we understand that our program is about working hard and winning games. It's very much at the top of the list, but we also don't sacrifice having fun and doing the right thing and experiencing special moments together. And I think all the girls soccer players will talk about moments. We care very much about delivering moments and experiences and memories. And we want, at the end of our 4 years, I want to be able to go to my players and I want them, if I ask them, would you do it all over again? I want them to always say yes. And that's something that is so very important to us. So I'm going to allow now Alexa Medley to step in and talk a little bit about her experiences in our program. Alexa?
Hi, everyone. My name is Alexa Medley. I'm one of the senior varsity captains. I've been in this program for 4 years, and I can easily say it has contributed to probably the best moments of my high school career. I think most of our success has been due to the fact that we're such a family, and whether it's the coaches or the girls, we always make sure that everyone is 100% mentally and physically, so that by the time we get to the games, we're all just focused. And I think our success is mostly attributed to our coaching staff. As Jeremy said, he came in 3 years ago and he completely turned the team around for us. Our practices are mostly high intensity, but also, as he mentioned, which he usually mentions everything, so that it has a lot of fun involved and has a really good family environment. They're very good at pulling out all of our individual skills. I came into this program not a predominant soccer player. I just played some rec, and Jeremy has been a huge influence on my soccer career. I was also an attacking forward, and as of last year, he made me a defender, which I never thought in a million years I would be able to do. And I would say that I've made myself a significant role on this team in that position. We all push each other just as the coaches do. As much as we are a family, we want each other to grow and get better. And I can tell you from every girl that each game is played for the benefit of the team and working hard and knowing that we want to provide for our sisters and not let anyone down. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Alexa. If there are any questions, I believe at the end of this presentation will be available. And that's it for girls soccer. Turning it back to Mr. Gambino.
Okay, Jeremy, thank you very much. Thank you, Alexa. Great job. Next up is our cross-country, winter, and spring track coach, a grad of Immaculata as well, Chris Heibel. Coach Heibel.
Thanks, Mr. Gambino. My name is Chris Heibel. This is my 7th year coaching cross-country, winter track, and spring track here at Immaculata. Personally, I've been running since 2001. I ran, like he said, at Immaculata in high school. And then I ran for both Loyola and the University of Kentucky in college. And then I've been running some races here and there post-collegiately since then. The girls team is really, as a lot of these other sports, we're a really young team. We actually don't have any seniors. So they're really young and upcoming. Last year for cross country with just sophomores and freshmen, the girls were the Skyline Conference divisional champions. So that was a pretty good accomplishment for them. It was the best performance that our girls have had in quite a long time. So it's really exciting to see how they're coming together, especially with how young they are. Right now we have, like I said, no seniors. We have, I think, 3 juniors and the rest are sophomore and freshmen. So we're kind of a small team, but we're growing at the same time. Tomorrow, actually, we have a race at Pleasant Valley. And then on Monday, we have the Skyline Championship at Phillipsburg. So we kind of travel a good ways. The state championship course is at Homedale. So we get a lot of experience at different courses. For track, then we have a lot of events in track as well. We have hurdles, we have jump in, we have throws, and of course, like the distance events, the sprint in. We have everything covered pretty much. So we have a wide variety of things. For track, we also travel a good amount. Conference championship, usually at Hillsborough. Sometimes we go to Voorhees, Bernard's, places like that. And I think the best part, my favorite part of like coaching the girls is seeing how like close they are and how good friends they are. A lot of times, even before we have practice, like on a Saturday morning, a lot of the girls will show up together because they had sleepovers or whatever the night before. So it's kind of cool to see how close they are outside of practice because, you know, on its own, running might not be the most fun sport, but together they find a way to make it really enjoyable and push each other to see how good they can be, which, you know, it gives them a little more motivation. So I think we have a lot of fun at practice while also getting the work done and keep trying to improve. We also have a lot of girls on the team who never raced or ran before high school. So they're just getting started and they keep improving throughout high school. And one of the girls who I'm about to introduce, same thing, she never ran before high school. And then last year as a sophomore, she was our top runner and she's our captain. So I'd like to introduce now Allison Naples, our captain of the girls team. Allison.
I think she's muted.
I think you're on mute.
All right. Sorry, Allison. All right, we're going to jump into the next one. If we get her back, we'll try to get her back. Okay, up at this point is our girls lacrosse coach. She's been with us for a couple of years, Alex DeGaris. Hi, Alex.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Alex Segueras, and this will be my third year coaching at Immaculata. I've loved every year so far. We are a spring sport, and we are in the Skyland Conference as well. Unfortunately, due to COVID and everything, we did not have a season last year. So I'm very excited for this upcoming season. We have a wonderful team. We have wonderful girls. We have both a varsity and JV team. And so this year we are a little bit smaller than last year as we graduated about 12 girls. So we unfortunately don't have any seniors currently that will be playing this year, but we have a lot of freshmen that are interested in playing, and we have a huge sophomore and junior class, so that is wonderful. Lacrosse is a very upcoming sport, and it's a lot of fun. Our team is like a family, and they work hard on and off the field, and a lot of freshmen or sophomores that come in to Immaculata and they've never played the sport before, it is a lot of fun. They come out and they just try the sport and they pick it up so quickly, and they just come out and we have so much fun on and off the field together. The girls do team bonding. Before practices, you see them get together. They do either homework, they're doing just everything together. We're starting to do strength and conditioning. We've done in the fall, we've done some clinics. This fall, we're doing a winter league. And we're just really looking forward to this year and really the upcoming season and how well we are going to do. And so I am going to turn it over to our junior player, Shannon Palin.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm a junior. I'm a part of the volleyball team, the swim team, and of course the girls lacrosse team. The girls lacrosse team is like my second family. It's just this huge family, and the older girls, my freshman year, became like just my older sisters and were like the best examples of what we
We're losing her. Is it just me? Can anybody hear Shannon?
No, too quiet. I can't hear.
Okay. All right. Well, next up is her dad, our swim coach, Sean Palin, who hopefully has a little better microphone right now.
Well, thank you, sir.
All right, Coach.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right, great.
Very good.
Well, that's a tough act to follow. I mean, I'm sure Shannon want to put the mute button on me, not on herself. And but I've been blessed to be the swim coach at Immaculata, or involved with the swimming program for 10 years. Took over the reins from the woman who created and started the program. And anytime I talk about our swimming program, I have to mention Linda Fries. Without her, it just wouldn't be a thing. So one of the great things about swimming is it's always encouraging to go fast. So I can see that the time is moving in this meeting, so I keep the pace up. But basically, our swim program kind of falls into two lanes, pun intended. As Coach Beardsley said earlier, the soccer program has a great deal of travel or club players, and I also have a great number of incredible club swimmers in our program. But we also have many athletes who are just learning to swim, and it's a very difficult thing for me each year to determine what is more heart wrenching or emotionally rewarding or whatever. When that rookie swimmer gets in their first meet and finishes for the first time and gets out of the pool with just the incredible glow and sense of accomplishment, or like the young lady I'm about to introduce, finishes and sets a new school record in 100-meter breaststroke, and then goes on to be all conference as as a freshman, which is truly just something spectacular. So again, our program, 10 years, we welcome everybody. If you haven't swum before, I could teach you how to swim. If you've swum for years and you're involved in the club program, we can work with that too. And lucky enough and fortunate enough to have a relationship with many of the club coaches at SVY, SHY, STAC. It's important not to step on their toes in the direction the swimmers are receiving from their club teams, and trying to interject. I'm their high school coach and work together with them for the benefit of the students. So again, I'd like to introduce Abigail Stowe, and she can tell from the perspective of the swimmers I torture.
Hi, everyone. My name is Abby Stowe, and I'm a sophomore at Immaculata. And I swim breaststroke and freestyle and have been swimming for quite a while now. But even though it's like a small team at Immaculata, we're all very close and we all support each other so well. And we just always are cheering each other on at our meets and always coming to practice ready to swim and get our work done. And we're always working hard while also having fun. And just the swim team is such a great environment because it's such an easy and fun sport, even though it seems pretty hard, but it's really fun and I've really enjoyed it. It's been one of my favorite things so far in high school and I love it. My coach is great and he's always supporting me and everyone on the team, and I love the swim team very much.
All right, thanks, Abby. I guess Gams, back to you.
Okay, next up is going to be girls volleyball with Mark Signorelli. Mark is brand new to our school, and we're really looking forward to getting him going sooner than later. I know he's been chomping at the bit to get started, but with all this COVID, we've kind of had our hands tied, but we're getting there, Mark, so hopefully real soon. Okay, Coach Signorelli.
Hopefully. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for giving us a few minutes to talk about our programs. So as Mr. Gambino mentioned, this is my first year at Immaculata. Prior to this year, I spent the last 2 years coaching up at Gill St. Bernard's, where I started the program. I spent a year before that at Raritan Valley, where I helped start the program there as well. I began my coaching career working as an assistant down in Christian Brothers Academy, where I served as the assistant for 5 years. And I played in high school at St. Joe's in Metuchen. So I've been around the sport for many years. It's brought me a lot of joy, both as a player and as a coach. And it's one of the things that is most rewarding to me as a coach, to be able to share that joy with young players. So I'm looking forward to getting started at Immaculata, as Mr. Gambino said, sooner rather than later. This would be the time of the year when I would give you the recap on our season, because this would be around the time of the year we would ordinarily be winding down. But the pandemic has messed with the volleyball season, as it's messed with many things these days. So we have pushed our season back to later in the year. I think we're getting started around February, and we're still trying to stay optimistic that we'll get a season in, or at least something close to a season. One of the things that has me, that's keeping me very optimistic, is seeing the enthusiasm for the program among the girls that we have. We have a very large number of girls who came out for the program and who are looking to join the team, and that has been something that's been very exciting to me, to see all the interest in the program. So as some of the other coaches mentioned, we do take players in who have not played volleyball before. In fact, I would bet most players who play in high school have not played the sport prior to high school. So certainly if you have not played before, you have any interest in the sport, we would certainly encourage you to come out for the team. And we would love to have you join our very enthusiastic group of girls who will be playing for us, among whom is Kira McCabe, who will take a few minutes to tell you about the program. Go ahead, Kira.
Hello, my name is Kira McCabe. I'm a sophomore, and last year was my first year playing volleyball, and right off the bat, I absolutely loved it. It was so fun. Not only is the sport just such a great sport, but the team was just such a family. And last year it was a lot of seniors, and I remember they were just so welcoming to the freshmen, because that was also a big group. And like they really taught us a lot, and so like I'm excited to like welcome the freshmen this year the same way they welcomed me. And I just remember my favorite thing from volleyball was probably like all the cheers we do and watching the varsity and like in the stands, and we would always like cheer along, just like root for them, and it was just a great time. Thank you.
Thank you, Kira. Great job. Appreciate it. Next up, Gary Burry. Gary's second or third year, Gary? Turn your mute off, Gary.
Third year, Tom.
Third year. All right, man, time flies. All
Yes,
right.
it does. Hello, everybody. I'm Coach Burry, varsity softball here at Immaculata. Actually love the school, love the student athletes, and even the faculty members are all great here. Every weekend when I coach travel softball, I'm on the road, and I always sing the praises of Immaculata High School, and it's a great place for your daughters and sons to come and get a great education, as well as the sports here. Our team this upcoming season will have 4 great seniors. I know they are really, really excited to get going again this year after losing the season last year. I will also have a great incoming freshman class coming in. We're very, very excited about. Many of these girls I know on the travel circuit, and we're really looking forward to this upcoming season. We play in the Skyland Conference, in my estimation, the best softball conference in the state. And our facilities that we play and practice in are second to none. We are allowed to use the Diamond Nation in Flemington, and we also use the Torpy Complex in Somerville. That's about it for us. Like I said, we're just ready to go, and we're excited, ready to go, and we'd love to work with your daughters. Whether they're a travel player or whether they're a recreational player, we definitely will find a spot for them, and we will make them better players here in the 3 months we have them. So I'm going to turn it over to Victoria Robinson. She's our senior captain, a really good pitcher. And that's it for me. Any questions, please feel free to reach back. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Victoria Robinson. I'm a senior at Immaculata. I've been in the program since freshman year on the varsity team. It's actually been a really great experience from the beginning. Like, we had a different coach than Coach Gary, but when Coach Gary came into the program, he really turned it over. We're really looking to improve it, and I feel like every person is vital to the program. So even if you've never played before, I feel like coming to the program and just trying out is just, even if you're scared that you won't make the team, I honestly think it's just a good experience. Every season during winter training, and even during the actual season, like, it's just a little, like, the car rides there. The seniors usually drive everyone. It's just like it's just a very homey, like, welcoming experience. And I feel like if you join the program, you could really improve, and you might actually love the program. So that's all I have to say, but I feel like you should join, and it's been a really great 4 years playing softball. I'm excited for my last year. That's it.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach. All right, next up is our cheerleading coach, who's also a graduate of Immaculata, Liz Fitzsimmons. Hi, Liz.
Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening. My name is Liz Fitzsimmons, and I am the head coach for the cheerleading program at Immaculata. I'm going to try to be quick here, so bear with me. I've been a coach here for 4 years, 3 as a head coach, 1 as an assistant. I'm also alumni, like Mr. Gambino said, class of 2014. One of the things that is most important to me, and something that I pride our program on, is our importance of tradition. Going through the program myself, having siblings that went to Immaculata, I try to instill these values and traditions that were passed down to me, and I pass those same values and traditions down to our girls that go through the program each year. In the last 3 years as a head coach, we've had 3 teams. We have a varsity and JV football team, and a varsity team for our competition and basketball season, which is in the winter. We usually average about 30 to 40 athletes program-wide. Some of our recent accomplishments include being Somerset County co-ed champions, Garden State co-ed champions, and second place at a regional competition that earned us a bid to compete at the National High School Cheerleading Championship in Orlando, Florida. Our team this year is currently all girl and non-tumbling, though in the past we've had all girl tumbling and co-ed tumbling. So it really just depends on the athletes that come out and the skill level that they do have. Our football program goes from August until the end of playoffs. Because COVID pushed us back, we're looking to end probably mid-November with that Thanksgiving Eve game that we're really excited about. That's new this year. Our competition winter season, it starts about July and goes to the end of February, sometimes March, depends on the state champion competition. Our tryouts are usually held in May, but we're working towards an earlier tryout to get an early start to the season. We look for really dedicated, committed, and hardworking athletes who work well in a team and continuously strive to push themselves each day and each year. I also can't deny that 90% of the time, our time spent together is laughing and goofing off. So we really do have a great time. Like everyone said, once you come to Immaculata, you join a sport, you join a program, any activity, you really find that bond and you create a family-like environment. Right now, I want to introduce Samantha Billups. She is our current football and basketball competition captain. She's been with us this 4 years, every year. Going off of what I said earlier too, and what other coaches are saying, we do take in a lot of athletes who had never cheered before or who are dancers who are looking to continue their career and try cheerleading. So go ahead, Sam.
Hi everyone, my name is Samantha Billups and I'm a senior here at Immaculata. Like Coach Liz said, I'm a captain for the competition of basketball and football teams. This is my 4th year in the program, and I think it's the best decision I made was trying out for cheer. And then I walked into tryouts. I fell in love with the way it made me feel, and I just fell in love with the program. It is such a big family, and like Coach Liz said, it's like we have so much fun. Yeah, I don't have too much to say because Coach Liz pretty much said it all, but there's nothing but good things to say about the program. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Samantha. Real quick, because our golf coach is actually going to be in on the next set, and but I just wanted to point out for all the golfers, if we have any golfers here that are girls, we have a co-ed golf team. Our golf team is co-ed. We play at Greenhill Golf Course. Paul Menor is our coach. We practice basically Monday through Friday. So there's a couple matches on Saturdays, but not many because most of the high schools all use public courses and they can only get on Monday through Friday. But we play our home matches, 90% of them at the Greenhill Golf Course, which is right in Bridgewater. Okay, so right now, Michelle, I think we got about 15 minutes for some questions here. What time is it? I'm sorry.
It's yeah, we got a little less than 15 minutes, so we need to wrap up a little bit shortly before 8 so we can move over to the boys one. So why don't we get started? Mrs. Napolitano, are you ready?
Sure, I am. Yes. Hi, everyone. We do have a few questions. Thank you for them. The first question comes from Helena asking about tennis, asking about our division, and do we play Bernards Township or Bernardsville schools or both?
Do you want to go there?
I got it. I got it. Thank you. Bernardsville, well, Bernards Township, we could play them. Sometimes they will show up on our schedule. Sometimes they won't. They actually are in our division right now. So we would play 2 matches against Bernards Township. Bernardsville, I'm not sure what Bernardsville means unless you
between Ridge and
yeah, it's Bernards or Bernardsville. But Bernards High School, yeah, they're in our division and we would play them twice.
Yeah, I think we played them last year. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we played them last year.
All right, and Bernards was on our schedule this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so the next question is for Coach Jeremy. It's somebody who's interested in club soccer all year long. And are they allowed to play a winter or spring sport at Immaculata? And is it okay if they miss a high school practice or game because they're out of state at a tournament? That'd be Coach Jeremy.
Hi. So I think this, if I was speaking for all the coaches, probably we would have a same response is at Immaculata, it is important that our athletes feel that they can play multiple sports. I think that's a wonderful attribute to our school and something that I think is very, very attractive. So to answer the question, I think what you have to do is communication is key. So when parents are given a schedule, my expectation would be that we communicate and perhaps we can work around the conflict. If it's an event that, for example, girls soccer has a lot of showcase events, and they often are in December, which sometimes conflict with basketball. I think if all the parties get together and communicate what's in the best interest of the athlete, I think the right decision is always made. But I think communication is key, that you're not springing things on the in-season coach without their knowledge. But at the end of the day, every single coach on this call and in this school wants the best for their athlete. And certainly they're going to protect their program and do what's best for the program. But we also care very, very much about the individual athlete. So I don't know if that answers it, but I think the communication between the families and the coaches would be key to try and avoid conflict as much as possible.
Thank you, Jeremy. The next question is for Coach Palin with regard to swimming. The question is, do we have a JV and a varsity team, or is it all one team?
We have that's an interesting question in the terms of the JV. If you want to say a JV swimmer is on a different path, and they have, at the end of the year, they have a couple of meets that are specifically targeted to them, in which they'll compete. The meets are time limited. So what we've done in our conference, phenomenal thing headed up by the Montgomery folks, is we have a couple Cougar Invitational and Cougar Relay meets that are restricted by the time. So in other words, if you swim faster than a certain time, you're ineligible to attend that meet. And so those meets are designed for what you would say a JV swimmer, if you wanted to term it like that. And then our club swimmers are not allowed to participate in those meets because they're too fast. And what that allows the kids to do is to experience, competing, one-on-one with kids of similar ability. It's very intimidating to get, if you had to get in the pool with Abigail, who's been swimming since, wherever, and you were just started, that's not going to work out so well. So our program is, sorry for the longer answer, is divided, but what we often find is a swimmer will start out, they'll drop time during the year, and we have the ability to move them right over into more of the county, conference, and state meets. So yes, we do have both lanes available.
Thank you, Coach Palin. Next question is for Coach Berry. The audience really loved your introduction about softball. They're wondering when and where do we play? And do you also allow high school players to be on a club team? And how many teams are in our program, and about how large is our roster?
Oh God, I love travel players. That's my bread and butter. I've been coaching travel ball for about 14 years now. So I welcome it. I probably compete against you every weekend, depending on what age you are. I feel we have the best training facilities in the state. We practice at the Diamond Nation, hardly ever get rained out. Then we have Nat Torpy Complex in Somerville. So we got two really great facilities for our practice and our games. Our season usually starts March 1st, but in these times, I think they're probably getting it pushed back to April 1st. And from what I am hearing, this season might run into June. which might conflict into our travel season, which usually gets going after Memorial Day, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Last season, of course, we didn't play. The year before, we did only had a varsity team, but we are always looking to expand our program here. That's why one of the reasons why I am out actively seeking more players every weekend, talking to parents about our program. We are definitely trying to pick up our numbers to have a JV and a varsity program.
Thank you.
If I missed anything, please get back to us, and I'll definitely answer your questions.
In the very few short minutes we have left, we have a couple quick questions. So coaches, if you could give us an answer quickly, that would be great. Question for Mr. Gambino: is there any possibility of a gymnastics team? And how does a new team get started if we don't?
Well, the gymnastics, basically, we won't have a gymnastics team, but we do have gymnasts that compete in the Scotland Conference. We've had them in the past. I mean, it's a little complicated, but in the past, they've worked out with the Somerville team, where they've competed with the Somerville team, but you work out at your own gym. And then once you establish your times, then your times or your scores, then you get a chance to compete at the state level. But we have had gymnasts at Immaculata, but the chances of us having a team really, the chances of us getting 10 or 15 gymnasts in the school at this time are, I don't think it's going to happen. But again, if you're a gymnast at whatever level, you can continue to work out with your gym and your coach, your private coach, but you could wear the Immaculata jersey and compete under the name of Immaculata High School.
Thank you, Mr. Gambino. Coach Liz, very quickly, if you could give us an idea about when tryouts would happen for cheer.
In the past, they've been in May, late May, but we've run into problems with confirmations and such. So we're trying to push it closer to April so that we can start the summer workouts in July.
Okay, thank you. Coach Heibel, where do the girls practice for track? And Mr. Domino hit the question, the same for tennis. And how do the girls get to these sites?
For track, we practice Monday through Friday on the turf in the back of the school. And then on the weekend, we try to meet up at a track for anyone who does hurdles or anything like that, where we can actually get some specific track work.
And for tennis, we practice at Green Knoll Tennis Center on Garrettson Road in Bridgewater, across from the high school. We transport the girls by bus after school to the tennis center. However, you need to be picked up at the tennis courts at the end of practice. Again, normally Monday through Thursday, right after school till about 5 o'clock.
Thank you, Mr. Domino. Mr. Gambino, this is one for you. As an 8th grader, can they participate in winter training this year for softball?
No, they can't. You can't participate in any high school sport on any high school team until after you finish your 8th grade year complete, and we have to be out. Like, if you're registered to go to Immaculata and you graduate from your 8th grade team and we're out of school, whatever we're doing in that summer, you're allowed to start with us. Any sport, but you have to be out of school and you have to be enrolled in Immaculata before you can start to participate. But you can compete in the summer of before entering the 9th grade.
Okay, I think we have just a couple more minutes. Coach Palin, if you swim on a club team, do you have to attend all of the high school practices or just the meets?
No, just the meets, and you do have to attend 6 high school practices to get your eligibility, but just 6, and then you're all set.
Thank you. Thank you. For Coach Jeremy, when does the soccer season run here at Immaculata, and how many teams do we have in the girls program?
So we basically come in maybe second week in August, somewhere around thereabouts, with a preseason camp of about 2 weeks, and then introduce 3 to 4 scrimmages. Season then runs through November. Currently, we have 2 teams. We are ambitious to hope that someday in the very near future we could potentially have 3. But we'll have a strong 2 teams for the upcoming seasons.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Berry, question is about what is the ideal number of pitchers that you aim for on your roster?
Give me one good one and I'll be happy. No, high school, I would probably say two really good pitchers. We play one game a day, which is not like on the travel scene, we play 3 in one day, maybe 4 in one day. So 2 good pitchers is more than sufficient. But if you have 3 or 4, that's a nice problem to have, isn't it? So we work these problems out. They usually work themselves out. A lot of pitchers are great shortstops, are great first basemen. So if they're not pitching, I'm sure they're great athletes, and they'll play other positions besides pitch the days they don't pitch. So,
Thanks, Coach. Another question for Coach Palin. Could you describe where we swim?
Our practices are at the Bridgewater YMCA, right across from Bridgewater High School. And this upcoming season, a little adjustment, but in past years, it's always been right after school, Monday through Friday. This upcoming season will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. Just a little adjustment because of the pandemic, but that's it. Yeah, Bridgewater Y.
Thank you, Coach. Mr. Gambino, last question of the night is, are there any plans to start a field hockey team?
Well, there were no plans to start a girls volleyball team until 16 kids showed up, and we had to, right, Ms. Blandino?
That's right.
That was, I had
4 years
literally
ago.
probably 12 or 14 girls say, listen, Mr. Gambino, we all want to come to Immaculata, but we want to play volleyball. And that's what triggered it. So, again, it's really not the facilities because they're out there. We would get you there and we would find facilities. It's just the number of athletes. We don't have a team right now, so we can't say how many, we need. I guess we would need at least 15 to start, even think about it. So, but that's the unfortunate answer right now.
Yep.
Okay. I think, unfortunately, we do have to end here. I know there's still a couple of questions. If you would like to email me with your questions, I'm going to take down the 2 about soccer tryouts and lacrosse, and I'll get back to you on those. But for anyone else, there's an anonymous one out there. If you want to email me with your question, I'll get an answer for you as well. So thank you for attending this evening. I hope you found this to be informative. And if you have any questions, either Mr. Gambino or myself will be happy to answer them for you. So thank you and have a great night.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks, coaches, players. Thank you.